Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike, and today we are going to take a look at 3 Protocol. Now, this is a slightly different video in the fact that the team behind this are Brits, so I'm going to be especially critical of them because I simply want the Brits to do well in this space. Now, it's a fairly ambitious project off the bat. So what we're going to do is break it down into 3 key elements. We are going to look at Jobs 3, we're going to look at 3Pay, and then we're going to look at the wholly doxed team. Now, before we begin, can we please ask you to like and subscribe to Crypto Warehouse, as well as giving 3 Protocol a follow on the X account. All of the details are always down below these videos. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the website, and we're going to go through Jobs 3 specifically. Now, this uses AI to help try and source you your candidates. How does that work, and why is it important that they're using AI? So that's the first thing we're going to look at. So as you would expect from a project launched in 2024, they have a very snazzy website, blockchain and AI solutions for the future of e-commerce. Global, fast, scalable, efficient, and secure. Now they have a smorgasbord of solutions, the 3 Protocol solutions. They have ZKI3s, which are basically anonymous KYC solutions. They have try-proof smart contracts, great for payment solutions. They have a procurement matching neural network AI for helping you find goods in the marketplace. They have a DAO where if you hold, I believe, 0.2% of the supply, you can actually vote. 3Pay, which we're going to talk about shortly. And Jobs 3, your Web3 marketplace. That's the first product that we're going to look at. Now, what's interesting about the Web3 marketplace is this. Unlike other marketplaces where you type in Web3 or Solana or smart contract, you type in what you're looking for. So if you say, I want an Ethereum smart contract developer with experience in e-commerce, it will go and find you the most relevant CVs based on your search criteria, not simply bring back everybody that has smart contracts and you have to spend hours going through 20 or 30 pages of candidates. That's a great touch and a great time saver. Also, if you hold the token, which we're going to look at later, you get a 10% discount on the hiring of candidates from the platform. And unlike a lot of projects that we've seen on this channel, it's actually fleshed out. There are real jobs on here. You can go and find AI designers, analysts, animators, art directors, and there is nothing special here about this. This is simply the job advert that you would find on any other jobs portal. What's important to remember though is Jobs 3 is based around AI finding you the most suitable candidates. That's really the unique selling point of Jobs 3. Now, before we move on, let's quickly go through the roadmap. The Q4 2024 roadmap. As you can see, some of these have already been checked off. The rebrand, the new website, the Jobs 3 rebrand, the community campaign has been launched. And one notable element of the roadmap is bridging 3 to Solana. That is going to be a game changer for me personally, as I believe that is where retail is likely to hang out over the next couple of years. Secondly, we're going to look at 3Pay. And this, for me, has something which is going to make them a success, and that is the no KYC Visa debit card. Now, this, for me, really is the unique selling point of 3 Protocol. A no KYC Visa card. Spend 3 and other top cryptocurrencies. The first of 3 Protocol's Visa products allows holders to transact online without needing to supply any form of KYC. Simply top up your card with 3 Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or many of the other leading cryptocurrencies and spend using your virtual card. The possibilities are endless. They certainly are. I'm going to talk a lot about that in my conclusion anyway, so let's move on. Now, 3Pay has some serious heavy hitter competition from the likes of Google Pay and Apple Pay to traditional TradFi such as PayPal. So what makes them stand out? 3 things make 3Pay stand out. One, of course, is avoiding international currency settlements. You can transact in 3, for example. Disputes can be settled using the 3's DAO AI solution. We've covered something similar to that in a live stream not too long ago. And I think that's the future of chargebacks and chargeback resolutions. And the ZKP try-proof smart contracts, where you can send your product, somebody can send you the payment, and there is a third person in the middle to validate that the payment and the service are both legitimate. So I think that's an additional layer that gives 3Pay an opportunity to compete with the likes of Google, Apple, and PayPal. Now, in every review I do, the one thing I want to see is a doxed team. I want to know who they are, what their history is, where they grew up, what their education was. All of that is important. We've seen projects in the past that I've talked about where I've said they have no experience, and those projects have gone on to fail. It's important to understand the people behind the project are what make the projects. And that, for me, is one of the reasons I like 3 Protocol. I know the history of every single member of this team. And what I've done is I've picked out 3 of them to show you who they are. And those 3 will be Grant, Louis, and Brendan. They are the co-founders and the CSOs. We're going to have a quick look at their LinkedIn profiles. Do they have what is needed to run a Web3 project? Now, if you type in 3 Protocol on YouTube or anywhere else for that matter, you are likely to see this gentleman's face, and that is Grant Robertson. He is one of the founders at 3 Protocol, as well as being an associate lecturer at the University of West of England. Grant's experience include being the associate lecturer at the University of the West of England, as I've just said, as well as being a content specialist at Spacebar Collective, working freelance. Now, what I like about Grant is he has a combination of academia and real life experience, and that will hold him in good stead, especially as this project starts to build out. So for me, Grant has a nice mixture and makes a good co-founder of this team. Louis Rice is the other co-founder and the chief marketing officer of 3 Protocol. He himself has over 3 years experience in marketing as well, having not only run Jobs 3 for the last 2 years, but developing a sports-based metaverse encompassing several play-to-earn games and NFTs. So again, Louis is no stranger to Web3. Now, I'm not going to sit here and call Brendan Young the old head of the team, but Brendan is the old head of the team. He has a lot of experience, he's worked with multiple projects, and he looks like the type of guy that will get your project from the start to the finish without too many hiccups. So again, another solid member of the management team. Now, we are not going to delve into every member of the team, but what's important to realise is that being the co-founder of a project or the co-founder of a company does not mean you should be the greatest person in every position in that company. So for me, having team members who have the experience in AI, have the experience in back-end database development, or have the experience in front-end development is key. Remember, Grant, Louis, they are not building the project, they are managing and project managing the project. And the team underneath, I've checked them all out, they all check out. So now we've seen the product and the team, let's go and have a look at the tokenomics and the token itself. There will be 100 million 3 tokens, of which 15 million go to the team, vesting for 18 months. There will be a 500,000 3 airdrop, 74.5 million will go into liquidity, and 10 million will go into staking. The token utility, 5% fee reduction on the platform, DAO participation if you hold 0.2% of the tokens, staking rewards, and educational incentives. Now this, for me, is a very simplistic look at the project. 15% for the team is okay. Remember, the team includes the development team as well as the management. So I think you could break that up again to see what amount has gone into development, what amount is going to the top tier management, and how do they intend to make their funds. 10% towards staking is fine, and I believe something like 30 or 40% of the fees from the platform will go straight back into staking, so there is a nice circle involved there. 74.5% going into liquidity. Now, we're not going to delve too much more into the light paper. It is very, very well laid out and very, very concise at the same time. They do have a business model, which is nice to see, breaking down how they are going to monetize their project, how they're going to generate value within the project. And they've given some examples here: Jobs 3, 3 Taxi, 3Bay, Auto 3, and 3 Eats. But as we have seen, I think 3Pay is their standout unicorn project. Heading over then to CoinMarketCap, you'll see that they have a circulating supply of 85 million. We've just looked at the tokenomics of a total supply of 100 million. The market cap is just under $10 million. This is a very small project. We're looking at a project whose token only came into existence at the end of April, but more about that in a minute. One thing which is nice to see when you go to market is you can actually buy this token on MEXC. You can go and buy 3 directly. It is also available, as you would expect, on Uniswap. Dextools then, a researcher's best friend. Let's see what we can find out about 3 when we look under its hood. Market cap coming in at 11.68 million. Liquidity, a solid 535,000. 24-hour volume, a solid 440,000. As you can see there, the pool was created on the 29th of April. The DEX T-score is 99 out of 99. You cannot get much better than that. The contract has been verified. There is no honeypot, and there are no buy or sales tax. Now, there are a couple of warnings on here, but these are small warnings. These are warnings I've also sent over to them. They can check them out themselves, but nothing to worry about as far as I can see. The price action itself is fairly solid for a project at this stage in its life cycle and, of course, this stage of the market. Coming in at just under 12 cents, it reached a high of just over 13 cents within the last 24 hours. And of course, if we go back to August, it got up as far as about 15 cents. So for me, I think it's in a good position to move on up. Now, I'm not going to give you Moonboy maths. I will leave that to other content creators. What I can say, if 3Pay does take off, then $11.7 million market cap is really a drop in the ocean, and we will probably look a lot higher. Finally then, if we go over to Bubble Maps, just to basically check out the distribution of the token, you can see the 15% held in reserve is in that wallet there, and the majority of wallets hold less than 1%. So again, I have no worries about this project based on the tokenomics, based on Dextools, or based on Bubble Maps. Very quickly then, before I move on to the conclusion, just a reminder that all of the links to 3 Protocol will be in the description below. Please go over there, give them a follow on X, and go and check out the product itself. And finally then, what are my thoughts on 3 Protocol? Well, I've done a lot of research on this, simply because I wanted to do a good job of reviewing them. As you know, if you follow Crypto Warehouse, we do not blow smoke on this channel, and we are as honest as we can be. Yes, this is ambitious, but it's not overly ambitious. They have focused on 3Pay and the non-KYC Visa debit card. I think this is going to be a massive success. We have seen Solana Breakpoint, where others were looking at launching their own debit cards, and I think this is the next stage in the adoption of crypto. If 3 Protocol can do that in the UK, and especially in other territories where people may be unbanked or without the ability to even get banked, then I think it's going to be a success. So 3Pay for me really is their unicorn product. Jobs 3, of course, is great. At this moment in time, and probably for the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to need a jobs portal where people can go and find candidates and go and find jobs in Web3. However, I don't see that as a long-term future for 3 Protocol. I think the payment solution is going to be their defining product. Now, the one thing I like about them is the team is in your face. They are all over X. They are doing AMAs every day. They are in Twitter Spaces every day, and they are getting a lot of content creators making videos about them. But they are there front and center. These aren't anonymous videos where they are hiding behind an avatar, for example. They're really out there. And again, I am not being overly critical. I am trying to be as honest as I can about the project. I think it will be a success for 2 things. One, the fact that they are working so hard and being out there so much. And secondly, 3Pay, it really does have everything you need, especially in a market like the UK where there are 65 million people. And if they're going to target markets of the unbanked, I think that makes them a success. So for me, the team and the no KYC card. That is why I am a solid believer in this project. So that's it. That's my review of 3 Protocol. Leave a comment down below with what you think of the product. Have you gone to check them out? Do you hold their token? So with that being said, please remember, you have been great. I have been Mike. Until the next video, goodbye.